All right. All right, so on the picture here, this first one says this is angle, side, angle. Just like when we did side, angle, side, the important part of the day is that this side is the side that connects the two angles. So that side has to be touching both of the angles that are in the picture. Okay, so this side must, well, not much, sorry, must touch both angles for you to say that it is angle, side, angle. These two that we're learning today are going to be the most commonly confused shortcuts. Okay, so if you're looking at this picture here, it's a little hard to see on yours, but mine's pretty zoomed in, so you can tell a little bit more. It is super common. Okay, so watch this. Ready? Super common for a student to go, oh, this must be angle, side, angle. Okay, I totally get it. I see where that's coming from. I get that it looks like angle, side, angle. But is this side right here touching both of the two angles? Or is it directly in between the two angles? No. So that's how you tell. So if it's not, there's a second shortcut that goes angle, angle, side. Okay? And the reason that that one is even a thing, okay, like why is that a thing? How come, why isn't it just that one? The reason that that's even a thing is if you have two angles of a triangle congruent to each other, isn't the third one automatically congruent? Because if you have a 100 and a 20, isn't the last one have to be 60? So no matter what, if you have two angles, the third one is already going to be congruent. So regardless of where the two angles come, if you have two angles in any side, it's going to be congruent. Because the third one kind of comes automatically. Right, so we have our two new ones. We have an angle with the side not between them, and we have an angle where the side is between them. Okay, so now what we're going to do on the bottom here, there's 2 slides worth of practice problems identifying what we actually have in the two triangles. Okay? So again, it might be hard to see yours. They're kind of small, so I've got 2 sides right there, and I've got 2 angles right there. Wait a minute, Miss Busenberg. That's not 3 things. We need like a side. We need 3 things. Side, angle, side. We need 3 things. Okay, so the third one is going to come from like reflective or vertical. So if reflective or vertical can be marked in the picture, go ahead and mark it. So our first one, I'm going to mark these vertical angles right here. Okay, and when you're trying to decide what you have, okay, you're going to cover up one of the triangles so that you don't try to do a side, angle, and go over to the other triangle. Okay, so cover up one of the triangles. I've got 2 angles, so I'm going to go ahead and write down my 2 A's. Now the question is, should I put the S in between the 2 A's or after the 2 A's? After, because it's not in between my 2 angles. Here we go. Next one. I've got, I don't know if you can see this on your picture. This is actually not too bad. Here's what I got. I got angle. Is that a thing? Of all the ones we have, here's what we got. We have side. That's a thing. Side, angle, side. That's a thing. Naughty SSA is a thing, but we don't call it that, so we call it HL. We learned a new one today, angle, side, angle. And then we have angle, side. Is angle a thing? No, it's not. And here's why. If you have an equilateral triangle, a 60-60-60, right? There's a little 60, 60, 60, and a big 60, 60, 60. All of their angles are the same, but are they congruent? Are they equal to each other? No. So if you're doing angle, 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 angle doesn't necessarily mean that the sizes are the same. Okay? So angle, angle, angle means not congruent. Not a thing. Not a thing we know. Okay? This one is hard to see. It's supposed to be like a railing on a set of stairs. So we've got an angle marking here with its alternate interior marked there. And then we have a second angle there marked with its alternate interior up top there. Okay? Again, there's only two markings. But remember, you can mark vertical, you're allowed, and you can also mark the reflective. So this side has a side that they share. So that side right there can be marked, and we would say AB is congruent to AB by reflexive if we were doing a proof. But I'm not asking that, I'm just saying why are these triangles congruent. So these two triangles would be congruent by, I have two angles, so I'm going to write down my two A's. Now the question is, when I cover up one of the triangles, you're just looking at one of them, is the side in between those two angles? Yes. So you need to slip the letter S right here in between those two A's. Okay, that's a very easy way to think about it. Put your two A's down, and then where does the S go? Is it go in between or behind? Okay. It is possible sometimes, I'm going to flip over to this side here. It is possible, just a note to self, note. Okay, the theorem is angle, angle, side, but will I mark it wrong if you write side, angle, angle? No, absolutely not. So if you end up writing it like this, that's okay. Just make sure when you're writing ones backwards that you're not writing that naughty ASA. That happens. Like, oh, well, I just read it backwards, so it's not bad anymore. No, still can't do it. But you can write it like that. SAA is fine as well. Okay, this one really is hard to tell the markings. So I've got a 90-degree marking here. I've got an angle marking here and an angle marking down here. And then we've got some tick marks here and here. Okay, same thing right here. Decide whether there's enough information to prove the triangle is congruent. If there is, write congruency statement and then say why. So the only thing we're adding here is that because there's actual letters, I can write triangle, blah, blah, blah. It's congruent to triangle, blah, blah, blah. Okay? That is a congruency statement. That came up yesterday. Some people were like, weren't sure what a congruency statement was. So congruency statement says triangle. I'm just going to throw these letters in there. So KHN is congruent to triangle. Now here's where it matters. I want KHN. That means I have to do what letter first on the other one? G. G. L. N. Now I'll go by. And then I have to say, is it side, side, side? Is it side, angle, side? What is it? Okay. So cover up one triangle. I can put this 90 over here right next to it so that no matter what triangle I cover up, I've got what I need. So if I cover up this triangle, I got two angles. I've got an angle and an angle. Question is, should I put the S in between them or behind them? Behind, because it's not right here in between, so it's got to be behind, right there. Okay. Okay, we try one more time. Now, this one is super hard to see. There's a marking right here. Okay. So really quick, I want to just talk about something. I know I said you can mark any verticals, you can mark any reflectives. So take a second right here. Let's talk about why do they not mark this line? They share it, right? So why do they not mark that as a reflective? Do they share the whole thing? No, that's why it's not reflective. I understand they share it, but they only share a part of it. So that doesn't count as a reflective piece. Okay? But this one, does this count as vertical? So I can go ahead and mark that as vertical. So I'll go double arc marks. The single arc marks are already being used. So I'll throw this on your triangle TNS, congruent to triangle. Because I went with T first, we'll go U, H, S. Okay, by angle, angle. Is the side in between those two angles? So should I squeeze it in there or should I put it in the back? In the back. Okay, if it was right here, it would be in between, but it is not. So if it were right here, it would touch both of those angles, but it's not. So I don't put it in between the two letters. Okay. Okay. So the other thing that we have to do is we have to practice proof with this, right? And again, your proof on the quiz yesterday. Oh, sorry, we got one more thing before proof. Sorry. The proof on the quiz yesterday, though, how'd you find that? Is that pretty easy? The answer is just one thing, right? Flexive. Okay. So the next practice quiz that we have as well, it's the same on the practice quiz, but again on the test is when you're actually expected to use the vocabulary word. So we're going to keep practicing that in our notes and in our homework. So I want to make sure that we're by the test time we're prepared for that vocabulary word to come. Okay. So on here, again, I think it's kind of a little bit difficult for y'all to see on yours. So we'll zoom in on this one to make sure we can see. Okay, so this is the same thing we were doing before, where we can put some markings on the picture, and then what I want is, I want angle, angle, side. So what marking is missing? Okay, so I'll use some different colors here so that we can see which problem we're on. So the first one I'll go with pink, so DE and AB. So DE and AB, we'll mark that one, angle D and angle A. What else do I need? Okay, so here's the thing. I want it to be angle, angle, side. I do not want my other angle to touch that side. Because if I chose angle E, it would be angle, side, angle. I don't want that one. So my answer in the blanks here would have to be angle F is congruent to angle C. And so what am I missing so that I have angle, angle, side? We did that before with the side, 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 and the HL, and the side, angle, side. It's kind of just practicing it again. Okay, get used to putting actually angle F and angle C. What I noticed is on when I was glancing over some of the quizzes, we kind of just like assumed that I knew what you were talking about. So kind of for the angle part, we put in just 3 letters and didn't put an angle symbol. So do you really know what you're talking about? Or did you just randomly put 3 letters and hope that it was the right 3 letters? So there's an angle or is it a triangle? So it doesn't matter to put that symbol in there, especially for the test. I can't give you credit on the test if you don't have those angle markings. Okay, so hopefully for you guys, if you're using a pencil, you can just erase those markings. Okay, so I'm going to just use the black markings here for mine. So we're going to go this one, either into this one, and angle F, either into angle C. This time I want, I'm just going to look down here. This time I want angle, side, angle. So as I follow through angle C, I have a side right next to that, and then I need the other angle to be right on the other side of that side marking. So I've got angle, side, and then I need that other angle to touch that side. So I would need for this one, angle B and angle E. And then they threw you a curveball. We've been talking about angle, side, angle, and angle, angle, side. So now I want you to think about side, 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 or side, angle, side. All right, so I'm going to switch it up on you. And tomorrow, that's going to be one of our, sorry, not tomorrow, Monday, that's going to be our main focus, is identifying which you have of all 5. So a bunch of pictures, and which do you have of all of your 5 options. So side, angle, side. I've got DF. I need a different color here, I've got blue. So I've got DF congruent to AC. DF is this side. Congruent to AC is this side. Angle F is congruent to angle C. And I want that to be side, angle, and then it has to be the very next side. So that side has to touch the angle that I just finished doing. The side, angle, and then the very next side. The same thing here. When you write your EF here, you can't just write EF. Put that segment bar over top of that EF. And some of you did that perfectly yesterday. But make sure if you're writing a segment, you do a segment. It is very specific how we have to grade the test, and your markings have to be there to give you full credit. So make sure you mark those. All right, now let's get to a proof. We're just going to do one proof. Let me slide down to this guy right here. Okay, let's do the more interesting one. The other one's boring. Doesn't have anything except for the givens and a vertical. This one at least has something. So I'll write KL is parallel to MJ. That's given. Okay. Sometimes we write them all together. Sometimes we write them separately. I'm going to write them separate today just because I know some people like one way and some people like another way. So I'm going to go ahead and do it separate today. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight. Maybe you already know which angles are congruent, but I'm going to use my highlighter so that everybody is for sure aware of which angles are congruent. So KL is parallel to MJ, and then you also need to highlight the diagonal. Because when you highlight that diagonal, it makes that letter Z, it's easier to see which angles are congruent. So connect the two green lines for the angle. So I'm going to start with this green line and connect it to that green line. Green line to green line. Those are your congruent angles. Okay. For time efficiency's sake, if you want to put angle 1 and angle 2, and then say angle 1 is congruent to angle 2, that's fine. I'll write it out. Angle KLJ is congruent to angle MJL. And that is by alternate interior angles. Hopefully you get that. If it's parallel, alternate interior, that's literally the reason we did the whole last unit, so that we could use that in proof and to introduce us to proof and how proof works. But that is the major reason for doing that whole last unit that we did. Then the next thing that we have here, I haven't finished my given statement, so make sure we write in angle K is congruent to angle N, and then mark it. One of the things I noticed on your quiz yesterday is that at the very end of the proof, we got the reflexive. We knew the triangles were going to be congruent, but we didn't know why. And we didn't know why because we didn't look up at the picture and we didn't mark the picture. Now, some of you did. That's very true. But if you didn't know why, there's a good chance that you didn't actually mark the picture with the things that you wrote. Okay, so then the last step here, that's still given. Okay, so we wrote the given, check that off. We used the given by using something on the front page of our little cheat sheet, and we have to flip it over and get the vertical or the reflexive. This one has reflexive because they do share a side. They share this side here, JL. I'm going to go ahead and mark that. So JL is congruent to JL. Reflexive. And then we're ready. After that, we're ready for the triangles being congruent. So if you're looking at that sheet, we're going to add on to that sheet. So we'll take the time to add in our 2 new ones tomorrow, because on Monday we're going to add another step after that. So by Monday, we really got to know how to do these kind of very simplistic basic proofs. Okay, so after our reflexive, we're ready for the 3 things. So here I have a pair of angles, I have a pair of angles, and I have a pair of sides. But again, is the order angle, angle, side, or is it angle, side, angle? So this will tell you what letters you should have, but it does not tell you the order of those letters. Okay? So the next thing is triangle KLJ congruent to triangle MJL. That is true. But it does not tell you the order. You have to go back to the picture for the order. So cover up one of the triangles, because again, here's the thing. If you just look at this and you're really quick and you're just looking at the markings, you might think this. Ready? Angle, side, angle. Doesn't that make sense? Angle, side, angle. But you went into two different triangles to get that postulate. So within one triangle is that side length that you have in between the two angles? No. So we put our two A's and we do not put the S in between. Okay? So there's your proof. Tomorrow, just so you know, tomorrow's goal is the rest of the proof worksheet from yesterday. So if you worked on it and did the 3 proofs from yesterday, you're kind of a step ahead. Otherwise, you'll have 8 proofs to do tomorrow. Okay? So that's what we're doing tomorrow in class, is we're doing that proof worksheet. But today we just have like a really quick, can you identify what's going on, kind of a worksheet. So I'll get that to you here while I play announcements.